Is it worth it to sacrifice your health for your studies? Today we will discuss this question. About me, I am Prateek and I got a 97% in my 10th board exams without any coaching, tuition or reference books. I went from an average student to the top of my entire grade and I'll tell you how to do the same. Let's start the video. So, what I want to say is that health and studying, these are not different things. These are not something like these are completely different and not linked at all. They are basically interlinked and interconnected to each other. If your health is good, then you'll study better, and if you study good, then your health will be better. This is the concept. Earlier, I used to think that these things were completely different. Like even if you are fucking dying, if you can study, then you would get a higher score. Or even if you are not studying at all, or even if you are not doing any purposeful work at all, you can still get a good health. I used to think these kind of things, but then came the pre-board one, which completely shattered my mindset of this concept. Like health and studying are not related. Another concept I used to have was that effort and results, or the work that we put in and the results, they are directly related. If you study more, if you study like for more hours, then you'll get more result. Then your marks would be better. That was what I used to think. And pre-board 1 completely shattered this for me. So, this will be a long story, but this will really help you and I really want to pass this on to you. That's why I have created this video. So, in midterm exams, like during the midterms, I got one of the highest scores throughout my 10th grade. Like till that point, I got the highest score, which was around 86 or 87%. Alright? And at the in the midterm exams, like during that time, I worked really hard, but not so hard, but really hard. Like around 8 or 9 hours per day, it was average. Alright, so I thought that maybe effort is actually related or directly interlinked to the amount of marks we get. That became my mindset, and because of that, what I did, I thought that maybe in pre-board 1 then I'll just put in as much hours as I can for studying. That became my mindset. Like I would study as much as I can for as long as I can. So you know what I did? I like remove everything from my life, be it bathing, or brushing my teeth or whatever. I removed everything. The only thing that remained were essentials like sleeping, eating, studying. Alright, these were the only things. I would not talk to anyone. I did not even have a SIM card in my phone, so that I could not I could not call people. Like I could ask my parents that like give me the SIM card or whatever, and they would give me. But I intentionally chose not to, so that I could not call people and talk to them. I had nothing on my phone. My phone was on grayscale. My phone is completely shattered. Like there was nothing for me to do. Alright. Now, one thing that was bugging me was that school. Like sometimes I would have to go to school, and when the school was there would be a problem that when I come from school, I would be very tired, right? Like I would come from school at around 3 p.m. At that point, I would be very tired and not able to study. Like when I would sit to study, I would really be like tired and exhausted. So at that point, I would just feel like sleeping. So I would have to force myself to study, and this was really annoying me because this would happen day after day. Then I came up with a novel strategy, which was to sacrifice my sleep and food so that I can study. Like the two essentials I had in my life, to sacrifice them. So you know what I did? I created this system in which I would come from school at around 3 p.m. Then I would study till 4 p.m. so that at least I can get that 1 hour block. Then at 4 p.m. I would sleep. Alright? I would sleep till 12 p.m. I would not eat my dinner. I would just directly sleep till 12 p.m. Then at 12 p.m. I would wake up and study till the morning. Till the morning around 6 a.m. And at that point I would just like be ready for school, then go, then cycle would repeat. Then after the school thing ended, like for the pre-board win exams, we basically had holidays. Then I thought that how can I improve this system? Then what I did, I would wake up at around 8 or 9 a.m. Alright. Then I would study till 4. But like in the middle I had one lunch. Then from 4 to 12 I would sleep. Then from 12 to 8 or 7 I would study. Then for 1 or 2 hours I would like sleep. What was the reason of this 1 to 2 hours of sleep? Basically to show my brain that the night has ended, the day has ended, so the other day has started. That was the thing. So the other like that at that time I started this system. So basically, how much was I studying? Wake up at 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. like it was basically eating breakfast and doing the basic things like going to the washroom and all. Alright. After 10 a.m. I would instantly start studying from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and this already counts for 6 hours. I sleep at 4 p.m. to 12 p.m. Then 12 p.m. to 7. This was 7 hours. 6, 7:30, right? But then sometimes I would be so into studying, not because I really wanted to. Okay, it was kind of good, but I would just want to study more. Like I would just want to complete my target and everything, and because of that, I would study not till 7 but till 8 or 9, so that I could get more work done, right? So sometimes I would not even sleep in the morning. Alright, so the system would break on itself. And in those times, the temperature here, like it was the time of November or October or November time, and the temperature here was very very low. Like it was around 5 or 10 degrees normally, or 5 to 20 degrees approx. Like this was the whole range. Alright, and it was very very cold, and you can think of in the morning that it would be very cold, but I would turn on the fan on high speed, like either 5, 4 or 3. Alright, and I would sit there without any major like warm clothes, anything, just normal loose clothes, so that I would not feel sleepy and I would be able to study. Right, in the morning time at around 3 to 4 a.m. imagine I am sitting there with the fan on, and the temperature is around 5 to 6 degrees, and I'm just studying. This was the thing. And when I would sleep, I would again turn on the fan and like just use a basic, the thin bed sheet, so as a blanket, so that I would feel uncomfortable on the bed, so that when I had to wake up like around 12 p.m. I would directly wake up at that time and study, instead of thinking, oh, I'm in the blanket, like when you have to get out of the blanket in winters, it's really hard. To that, this was my solution. And then for eating food, like my family would say that, oh no, you have to eat food, you have to eat dinner, whatever. I would just say no, I will not. Like no matter how much they said, I just said no. This was my whole routine, like 13 to 14 hours of work, because I thought that effort directly correlated to results. But what actually happened? Now I'll tell you the results. Pre-board 1 was the worst exam of my whole 10th grade. In PT1, the first exam, I got around 86%, PT2 85%, midterm 86% or 87%. I don't exactly remember, but it was in 86 or 87 range. In pre-board 2, 90%. The first time I touched 90% in around 3 to 4 years. This was in pre-board 2. Alright. But in the pre-board 1, I got 82%. 82 or 83. This was the range. Like this was the only exam throughout the 10th grade in which I got below 85%. That's why this became the worst exam of the whole 10th. And that's why at that point when I saw the result, my view or my mindset of studying is like more studying is equal to more result, just shattered on its own. It was a contradiction to my brain. Like how did I study more but not get enough results? And at that time, I understood that actually the quality of your health is more important. Then I analyzed what was the actual problem here, what actually changed. Because in midterm 2, I studied too hard, but still I got the results. But in midterm, what I would do is, I like during the time of midterms there was mildly summer or rainy season, so there was the sunny weather and everything, so it was warm here. Alright. So, I would turn on the AC, I would sleep in the AC, I would watch TV while sleeping, watch my favorite program. I would then wake up and like eat what I wanted, like not junk food, but what I wanted as breakfast. Then I would study, but not, I would study and study and study, but not be so into studying. This was the difference. In midterm, I actually did something for my health and I did not break my sleep. This was one of the reasons that I found in continuous sleep or uncontinuous sleep, like breaking your sleep. So basically, you gotta understand that I had 2 sessions of sleep in one day. At one time from 4 to 12, then 12, then 7 to 9. This break in sleep would really cause the system to like turn around on itself, because if you look at researches which I looked at that time, I found that the quality of sleep is much more important than the quantity. I thought that okay, I get 8 hours so I can do whatever I want, like 8 hours of sleep can be anyhow. But no, then I realized that no, quantity of sleep is basically nothing. The quality of sleep is what matters. This is an important thing. Then, not eating the food properly was also another factor. Then, completely closing myself off to different things. Like one time, my brother and mother, like they bought some food from some restaurant or something, and they asked me like, you should eat it, and it was my favorite food. I just said no, I would not, because like it is junk food, brain fog or whatever. But now that I think about it, I just think that what the like, you do not need to be so into it that your mind just turns around on itself and just like starts becoming counterproductive. That was my point, and that is what my point is today. You know, in boards in which I got 97%, the highest grade in the whole school, what I actually did, I actually, when I would wake up, I would go and watch TV sometimes. I would talk to ChatGPT about some things. I would just I would just write some questions or something. I would just make up some things and just talk to ChatGPT or talk to someone, talk to my friends. I would just do random shit. But also, of course, I would study. Like the highest point that I studied on in throughout the 10th grade was 16 hours, which was in the board exams. But usually, what I would do was I would also have fun. I did not deteriorate my health. I did not sacrifice anything, and that's one of the main reasons I got this 97%. So this was the whole point of the video, that your health is actually very important. These are not different things. Health, studying, mental well-being, and anything. These are same things, but with different faces. Same things with different perspectives. If you are healthy, you'll study well. If you study well, your mental health will be good. If your mental health will be good, you will be more athletic. Like you will have more motivation to do some athletic things. If you'll be more athletic, you'll have a better body. Then girls will be more into you. Then your mind will be good again. Like we turn back to the cycle. Then your health would be good because your mind is good and you're athletic and and girls are talking to you and everything. And hence, as your mind is good, you'll feel more motivated and hence you'll study. Like it's a whole cycle. These are not different things. Nothing here is like separated. This was the point of the video. If you ever find that you're studying too much, your health is being deteriorated because of that, then just step out, step one step back, and then see the results. That's what I will say, right? Because what we have done is that through the like culture of monk mode and everything, we have just made it so that as much as you work, that will be the amount of reward you get, which is actually not true. Like if you work really hard, you can still fail. If you do not work hard at all, you can still get the highest grades. Like this is the world that is now. Earlier, the world, like during the industrial revolution or during the wars, like during the soldier armies or whatever, and in those times it was like as much as you work, that much reward you get. But now it's not like that. Now it's like the person who works smart, who works better, the quality of work is better for which person, that person will have much better grades, that person will have much better outcomes, that person will have more girls, that person will make much better gains, right? That's what I want you to understand. Now I'll just leave you with one analogy, that let's say in gym there's one person who is just randomly lifting weights, not knowing what to do, then going home and eating some random shit thinking that he is eating healthy, but he is coming to the gym for 8 hours a day, but randomly lifting anything at all, and he's not doing anything like progressive overloading or whatever. While another person just coming to gym for 1 hour, but he's properly following the strategy, like he has made a routine, he's following that, he's properly following progressive overloading, he's trying to exert himself to the maximum, and in the nutrition thing, like really eating well, he's counting the calories, which person will make more gains? The 8 hours guy or the 1 hour guy? Of course, the 1 hour guy. That's what the point is, and that's what I want you to understand, right? Do not work like a donkey. Do not work so hard just thinking that, oh yeah, bro, I'm studying, oh yeah, bro, I'm doing work. Because during the board times, I just realized this thing, that working hard is actually easy for us now. Like, for the men like us, or for people like us who are actually into this thing, working hard is easy for us. Like working a long hours, working 7 to 8 hours every day, it is easy. Like we can do it. But when we have to do some strategical work, we have to think what we have to do, then we have to do it for 1 to 2 hours. That's difficult. And that's what got me to this 97%, right? Because in the starting of the board exams, I was just doing the same shit over and over and over. But then I realized, why am I doing this? Like, I should just find out what my actual, like, where the correction is needed, then correct those things, rather than repeating the whole thing again and again, like repeating the chapters that I already know, or I have already learned. That was what I learned. You're getting my point? Like, at that point I realized, like, my English was not so good. Okay, the written English was very very good, but my answers, like literature answers, were not so good, and my languages, like the regional language, was not so good. So I improved that instead of doing the thing over and over again. You have to work smart, not hard. Okay, hard work will get you to a certain level, but smart work is the thing that matters. So I'll see you in the next video. This was all for the video. And if you want to know more from me, and if you want to learn more about from me, then I highly recommend you to join my program. It's a very affordable course right now, like $5. Like, how much is $5? It's the price is $5 for the first 5 people. And if you can join right now, then you'll get my personal memorization technique that got me a 97%, and the whole like thing, a video about discipline, motivation, procrastination, everything that I've made. You'll get it all there, and subject specific, like how to study each subject specifically, a PDF on how to create the calendar, how to create your calendar for perfect timetable. You'll get everything. It has 2 links, one for the Indian buyers who wants to pay through UPI, second for international buyers who want to pay through like PayPal or card, right? I highly recommend it to join the program, because it will really help you in getting your better grades, and to make you from an average student to the top of your entire school, like I did. So can you. I highly recommend it to you. I'll see you in the next video. Join the program, watch my other videos, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, work like a dog, live like a lion.